Hello, everyone. Welcome to Facts at 5. My name is Michael Clark. We are here at the LTV Media Center.
What
is
just
that?
happened to you?
What was that? Where did that come from, even? We are here at the LTV Media Center.
Centre.
Yes.
We're at the Media Centre.
This is getting already out of control. It is Friday, March the 20th. It's definitely a Friday. It's been a long week. It's our first week in doing this show where we're bringing you the facts and the most truthful information that we can give the local public here in the town of East Hampton. Speaking of truthful information, I found out today, and this is from a very reliable source, the social media, that all of this is a hoax.
Oh my God! Well, you know what?
Who knew?
Thank goodness.
Who knew?
I'm relieved. Truly.
You know, apparently nobody told all the people that passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, but yeah, no. Apparently, it is a hoax.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
I think you should qualify that by saying it is not a hoax. These are
Yes.
facts.
Right.
The fact is, this is not a hoax.
The fact is, that's exactly true. It is obviously not a hoax. And so let's talk about a little bit about what we're going to do today. We're going to, well, first of all, later on, I don't know if you know this or not, Peter Van Scoyoc is coming in, the town supervisor. He'll be joining us. We're going to take a look at a little update on the food situation. And what else we got?
I think
News?
I think that it's about people want to know about food, what's going on with food, which I know Peter's going to talk about. There's expanded pickup at the East Hampton Food Pantry, and that is at 159 Panago Road in East Hampton. And they've changed it a little bit, and they've expanded what people can get. They want seniors to come only at 1 p.m. I've asked Ellen here to put that on the crawl, which runs on LTV all the time.
Check out the crawl.
The crawl is how we get a lot of information to the public. You can always look at that. The top crawl is usually town information directly from the town, and the bottom one is what we have compiled for people. But the senior citizens have been asked to arrive at 1 p.m. for pickups, and delivery can be requested through, for those who cannot leave the house, at 324-2300. The pantry has gone to a twice-monthly schedule, and the Amagansett Pantry will suspend operation, and its clients will go to the East Hampton location on Panago Road. And we'll have all this information, as I said, on the crawl. But that's pretty important.
Very important stuff.
People are very concerned about the food. We go to the grocery stores, we see that there's nothing, and we just wonder what's happening.
Right. Yeah. The lines are there, and I think Peter's going to, like you said, address some of that later.
Yeah.
I guess the big news is Governor Cuomo was on television today and basically put the hammer down finally on businesses and on what can be open, what can't be open, and the guidelines. You can find them all online, but it's essentially he's mandating that non-essential businesses either close or institute a work-from-home policy beginning Sunday at 8 p.m. Grocery stores, food takeout, delivery, pharmacies, medical services, utilities, and public transportation will remain in operation throughout the state as they are essential, the governor said. And he did a lot of additional closings like nail spas and barbershops and tattoo parlors and all of those things that definitely have restrictions on them, in addition to the gyms and other things that he had already.
The more obvious things.
Right. And he gave a really good analogy. New York State now is, the leader in the country in terms of number of cases, and the way he said it, I thought it was really well done. He said, say this is the number going up, and as the number goes up, you turn the valve and you tighten things a little bit, and then it goes up and you tighten it a little bit more, and you tighten a little bit more, and he said, well, right now we're shutting the valve off. Yeah. So I thought that summed it up completely for me. Do you have any other newsy type of things?
Well, one of the things that Peter talked about, and I actually don't have my phone, I took a picture of it, but now I don't have my phone, was that there is a testing site at Stony Brook, and they're working really hard to get the testing site closer to us in Southampton. So I think what I've taken away from my research for today, which included about the East Hampton Union Free School District and what they're doing. They're working so hard to get meals out to the community, the food pantry expanding pickups. Everybody is worried. Everybody is afraid of what's going on. And what Peter is going to talk about we just have to some extent, trust.
Yeah.
We cannot go to the grocery stores and buy everything up because there isn't enough for everybody. There is enough for everybody, but there isn't enough if 3 people or 3% of the population takes all of this stuff.
Right.
So we have to be generous and trust that there will be enough for us. And there are so many resources that are opening up right now. And we ask that people take advantage of the resources, and also we just have to sort of support each other at this point and trust that that we're going to get through this.
Yeah, and that's one of the big issues with the virus itself impacting older people. I was reading an article saying that one of the bigger issues, in addition to the obvious, is the isolationism.
Right.
And is that a word? Isolation? It is now.
Sounds good.
But But yeah, and that's something we can obviously impact on very easily just by picking up the phone and staying in contact with people. It's not the same as being face to face and giving people hugs and kisses and all those things that, that we all need. But we got to find a different way to do it and make it happen. And that's not only for older people. I mean, that's essentially for everybody right now, and for younger people and kids. And how are you dealing with talking to your kids about this? Are you keeping, how much are you sharing?
Right.
How much do you need to share?
And kids who are used to be playing with their friends who are not right now.
Right.
And they have to do everything sort of online. And the schools, I think, as frustrating as it can be for people to not know, I think the schools are doing a tremendous job literally trying to figure this out by themselves each day a little bit.
Right.
I think we got to give them just patience and huge kudos because this is untried.
Right.
We've never had to do this before. Everything's new. We were just talking before the show. Today's March 20th. We thought we were going to be doing a production of East End Underground tonight.
Right.
And now everything's changed. And we're all having to improvise. And I think that the more grace we have for each other, and the better. But there's so many resources and people are working so hard.
And so many great examples of how people are coming together and glimmers of hope on the horizon, like the fact that there's so many things that are in legislation right now that are going to help small businesses and small business loans and the money that's possibly coming to us as individuals and so many different things from the government itself. Right. And then you look around at all the great things that are happening locally without anybody even taking a leadership role, that people somehow have just come together and said, okay, well, this is what we need to do. Right. Let's just do it. And it's just really fun to watch.
There's a real sense that this is happening to everybody, and so it's a little bit less scary to me in that way. Everybody doesn't know how they're going to pay everything.
Right.
Everybody's in the same boat. So it's at the same time that it's scary, it's comforting. On that note, I think we should also acknowledge that our community, one of the things that's taking a real hit are the arts organizations that our community is so blessed with. And there are so many resources online that the museums and the theaters are offering, and people should take advantage of that. I have a lot of that on the crawl, but they're all figuring out how they're going to make this work.
Right.
And if you can afford to donate, fantastic. And if you can afford, and just go and take advantage of what they're offering. I know CME has a bunch of, Children's Museum in the East End has a bunch of interesting stuff that you can do with your kids. Guildhall, Bay Street, they're all offering online content. And I think we should take advantage of it at the same time that we remember to support them.
Right. And even us, we're a not-for-profit as well, LTV. And, we make it real simple to donate. All you have to do is text the letters LTVEH to 41444, and you can make a donation that way. But it's hit somebody up if you can afford it. And I'm sure that everybody's kind of a little reserved in watching their money right now for obvious reasons. But so what else is going on, Morgan? What else are you seeing out there?
Well, I think the questions that everybody the biggest, I put an ask out on Facebook, and it was basically like the food situation. One of my questions is that we are supposed to stay isolated, but then we need to get food. And right now, as it is, I tested this morning, and Peapod and Fresh Direct, who I usually order from, are completely backed up.
Right.
And it's interesting because one of the things that's so crazy about the situation is that generally we locals, I mean, it's overrun in the summer, and we know that, and we're prepared for it on some emotional level. But the other thing we do is we prepare for it by changing the way that we live.
Right.
We go shopping at different times. We order, I mean, I never get Peapod or anything delivered in the winter, but in the summer I do.
Right.
But we weren't expecting this. So we're all sort of left a little bit like, we went to sleep in February and woke up in July.
Exactly.
And I think we just have to sit back a little bit and we know that people are watching out for us. They are. It feels scary, but there are people, especially our local government and our local not-for-profits.
Absolutely. I think the local government, I mean, kudos to Peter and his team in the town, and all the workers. I mean, they're still out there doing it.
Yep.
And, you know, like we spoke about yesterday with the grocery workers being on the front line, so are these folks. And those in the emergency services people, it's amazing what, you know, people are just banding together to pull off. So that's wonderful. So.
And on Monday, we'll have Mayor Lawler and Barbara Borsak on the show.
That's right.
We're planning to have that. You know, right now I'm scared to really schedule anything because every email is
right.
like, you know, unless anything changes.
Exactly.
But we plan to talk to them too and hear what's happening in the village.
Yeah, and keep your emails and your pictures coming to us, folks. We're we're putting them up at the end again, right?
No, we
have
don't
some
have
up
them today because we didn't have enough people here to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe
We got a
Monday
couple
we'll
people.
resume. But
Maybe Monday.
Keep sending us
Yes.
that. Also, we're looking for music videos. We're looking to put together our own little virtual East End Underground where we're taking local music. It has to be original. You can just send that to Mike at ltbeh.org. Original music in MP4 format. And we're going to create this old little MTV, LTV type of show. So
fantastic.
Just to keep the energy level up and to keep people smiling and to promote really the amazing music scene that's out here and the local music that we see every day if you're on social media. It's wonderful. So anything else for you, young
I don't
lady?
think so. Are we ready for Peter?
I think we're ready for Peter.
All right.
All right, let's
Bring
bring
him
him in. Okay, everybody, we're here today with a special guest. Welcome, please, East Hampton Town Supervisor, Peter Van Scoyoc. Peter, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thanks for having me on.
How's the family? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing fine right now, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, we're all hunkering down.
Oh, yeah, okay,
My daughter's out in California. They're under lockdown, but everybody's doing well.
That's good. I'm
We're
great.
going to actually have a group dinner via Skype tonight. Everybody's cooking their own meal, and we're going to have a little contest to see who has the best meal, and we're going to just basically eat together remotely.
That sounds great.
So,
Maybe we'll join you.
These are unusual times, and but it's a good way to help cope with the situation, reduce stress that people may be feeling. The uncertainties out there, can be crippling. We need to keep reordering our priorities and thinking of each other and just trying to pull together as a community. We'll get through this.
And that's it in a nutshell. I think that, we're learning something every single day. Every single hour, it seems, right? There's
Every
something
single
new,
moment.
Every single moment. Something new is coming, and you got to smile about it. You got to keep a positive attitude, and that's the best thing that we can do. And for those of you who are wondering where Morgan went, she's sitting way over in the corner. You can't see her right now.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
It's the only way we can get the three of us in the room in proper distance.
Proper distance. We got a 6-foot table here, and then Morgan's over there.
And proper distancing is really important right now.
Totally.
We can't emphasize this. Stay home. Don't go out. If you must go out, keep distance from others.
Right.
practice really good hygiene, wash your hands thoroughly, disinfect surfaces that are commonly contacted. If you follow all these protocols, this will really blunt the attack of this very insidious disease and will help flatten out the curve so that we don't overwhelm our healthcare system.
That's great. And what do you see? What's the biggest question you're getting these days, Peter?
Well, I think, within the community, there are a number of concerns that are brought up. And I've been, fielding calls. Some people are concerned about food security. Will there be enough food for everyone? I just want to reassure everyone. We've contacted every single food retailer within the township and made contact with them. The shortages that we're seeing are not really related to the supply chain. They're related to people overbuying. So we are encouraging people, please only buy what you need at this time. There's
Right.
no disruption to the food chain. The supplies keep coming in on a very regular basis. Many of the stores have instituted policies to help out seniors and EMS, emergency services workers, to help isolate them from the general public by having special hours. We're looking at working with them to install programs and protocols whereby the food can be distributed safely, with high efficiency and in an orderly fashion. And so I think, when you go into the store and you see there's no toilet paper or there's no bottled water or whatever the item might be, that creates a sense of concern amongst the public. Those shelves are getting restocked regularly. So again, if people don't overbuy, there'll be plenty. And I think some of the retailers have already started limiting the numbers of items that a particular person might get of any one product.
Well, that's a good idea, right? So kind of maximize what they have. My wife was over at Stop and Shop yesterday morning, and just to see the 16 over, and for the first day that it was open, it was a tough go. I mean, the line was all the way going around to Herrick Park. So I guess they're going to find
That's
just like
going to
everything.
have to be, yeah. I mean, it was the first time it was offered, and many seniors have been holding back because they're afraid to go. Again, the distancing is important. We also have within the township, you may know that very early on, out of extreme caution, I closed all senior services
Right.
and gatherings. The town programs were pretty much closed, except that we do reach out to our seniors and clients within that area, and we are delivering frozen meals. If anybody needs food who's in that category, please call Human Services, and that's 631-324-6939. 6939.
And we'll have that number up on the slate at the end of the show, folks.
So, again, a lot of people are finding that they're out of work. We have a lot of people in the community who live paycheck to paycheck. I just want to reassure everybody that we're going to get through this okay. I know there's a lot of uncertainty right now, but this is a community that's always come together to help each other. And I see that happening. And again, I'm really encouraged by the number of volunteers and various community organizations that have already mobilized to deal with this crisis.
Incredible,
and stand
right?
ready. It is so heartwarming. And while there may be some examples of bad behavior out there, there's so many more examples of really good people. And I think even you, Michael, I know when you were running Crossroads Music, you were encouraging other musicians and you're doing fundraisers and all that. That kind of spirit just has reverberated throughout the community. And I think we're going to be just fine. We've worked as a community towards resilience so that we could be self-sustaining as much as possible. I think we're really well situated. We have a lot of farmers here. They're going to be planting soon. I don't think we need to be worried about food. We're surrounded by the abundance of the sea. These are a lot of our town projects and directives have been towards that, increasing shellfish quantities within the town,
Right.
Expanding the shellfish hatchery. All of these are efforts to increase resiliency and sustainability. So we're pretty well situated. We have amazing resources in terms of humans out here. There's so many great people.
It's unbelievable. Even like, there's no shortage of music right now. You being a music person yourself, right? I mean, all social media is just filled with everybody, and it's just so wonderful. All these musicians just throwing themselves out there, trying to take the pressure off of people. If there's only some way we could find to pay them, that would be nice, so that they could actually make money, and because they can't anymore right now.
But we're all in the same boat there, pretty much. Whether you're a musician or you're working in a retail store, whatever it is.
Yeah, no, totally.
I do think there's going to be some very significant financial help coming from both state and federal government in the coming days. Just hang in there, hunker down, stay healthy for now. Let's prevent the spread of this disease now, blunt the attack of it. We'll be in a much better situation if we start taking those steps that are aggressive early now. That'll return us to a better state of normalcy.
Sure.
In a much more expedient way.
Have you been in, I'm sure you have, you've been in touch with the hospital and in terms of preparations?
We've been in touch with everybody.
Yeah.
On a moment-to-moment basis. We've been in touch with the governor's office. The county execs were on conference calls with county execs and Suffolk supervisors daily, East End mayors and supervisors daily. So we're getting up-to-date information. We're sharing with other municipalities what we're running into, problems we see, things that are working. So we're all communicating together in a very unified way. And again, people coming together to make sure that we are doing the very best to protect the health and safety of our communities, and that we, as a nation, remain strong and recover from this as quickly as possible. I know that there's a lot of angst over the financial situation right now. Again, I think we really need to take a deep breath, stay calm. There's a Japanese word that we use around town hall every now and then. It's called nintai, which means patience and resilience. Actually, it has two different meanings.
Okay.
So, we all need to practice a little bit of that. Take a deep breath, relax, be calm. Think about other people. This is a really important time to try to be the best person you can be.
Right.
Reach out to friends, call them on the phone, see how they're doing, check in, cheer them up. Share some cartoons. I mean, there's some really funny cartoons out there right now. In my family, we always use humor as a way of dealing with stress and loss and whatever. And not everybody, does that, but that's how it is in my family. But whatever it is that helps reduce your stress, if it's sitting back listening to an opera or country song that you like, whatever it is,
Now's the
read
time.
a book.
Yep.
If you're bored, you want to stay home, you should stay home. If you're bored, go clean out that closet, organize those photographs. If you have a can of paint, paint that, whatever. Now's the time. Now's that time. Everybody has that to-do list. Check off all the things on the to-do list you can do without going out.
I was just talking to Angela in the city, Angela LaGreca, who works with us, and she was like, I guess I got no excuse not to clean out that sock drawer now that I've been, so
Exactly.
You're right. You had a question, Morgan?
Well, I was wondering, what is the single most important thing a person can do to help in the situation and in the community at large?
Well, there are a couple of things. I would say the first thing is stay healthy. Keep yourself healthy.
Oxygen
Help
mask on
keep
yourself.
other people healthy by, trying to stay away from them. Let's
Right.
stop the spread of that. That's got to be number one. And then I think also just if you have the ability to contribute money, the food pantry is taking donations in the form of money right now.
That's a big one.
They prefer that.
Yes.
That's a big one. There are a lot of people who are, in our community who live paycheck to paycheck. As I said, we have an incredibly wealthy community here. Now is the time.
Yeah.
Reach into your pockets. You have more than you need. Help out somebody who has less than they need.
Agreed, 100%.
And that would be right up there with top two things I think we can do right now. Come together, take care of each other, be kind, be patient. We'll get through this.
We will be the example. absolutely.
And again, try to be the best person you can be. This is a great opportunity to express what is most unique about humanity.
Great. And Peter, we, as you know, we do this every day at 5 o'clock, so you are more than welcome just to pop in anytime and give us your thoughts or any kind of updates. We're here for you as, the communication hub for the town of East Hampton, really.
Right. And I would just encourage everyone who's sitting at home wondering what to do, you can get updates also at the town website, which is ehamptonny.gov. And at the top of the banner page, it'll say coronavirus updates. If you click on updates, it'll bring up all the press releases. It'll have links to the latest CDC information. It's a great resource. There's also pages, information in Spanish as well as English. So we're updating that constantly. That's a great resource, as I said.
Great. And yeah, who's ever doing that is doing a nice job over there at town. I noticed that myself.
We're cranking away on it every
I hit
day.
the coronavirus one every morning.
Give a shout out to my executive staff, Joanne Pilgrim and Ann Bell, who the three of us have been all COVID all the time. Hashtag all COVID all the time. And also my fellow board members and town workers who've really stepped up in this time of concern, and they've shown real dedication and patience. Things are changing rapidly, moment to moment, day to day.
Yeah, there's no pushback.
Well, I won't say there's none, but because we are all human after all.
Yeah.
But again, we have some really terrific employees, and this is a time, I think, that really shows what people are made of, who they really are, and I'm really encouraged by seeing so many great people in our town. So.
Well, we'll close it out with that then. That was a great finish to a wonderful Friday afternoon. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and I want to thank LTV. I mean, this is such a tremendous resource for our town, getting the word out, helping us get through this.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Peter Van Scoyoc.
Be well, everyone.